A lot of people waste so much money and time when they are apartment hunting because no one ever tells you these little insider tips until it's too late. You end up signing a lease, moving in, and then realizing, oh wait, the fees, the parking, the Wi-Fi, it all adds up. So that's where I come in. I'm Madison, I'm a Dallas apartment locator, and I help people find their perfect apartment here in Dallas completely free. I have toured hundreds of properties, I've worked with countless clients, and I see the same mistakes over and over again. So in today's video, I'm spilling all the secrets I've learned from the inside, the things leasing offices don't always point out so that you can avoid those costly mistakes and actually feel confident about your next move. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Maddie. I'm a real estate agent based in Dallas, Texas. I help people find apartments for free. I see people make mistakes all the time when it comes to apartment hunting, so I'm here to share with you 7 different tips that you should take into account whenever you are hunting for your next apartment. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Tip number 1 is to always ask about hidden fees. I know a lot of people are like, there's so many reviews of like hidden fees, hidden fees, hidden fees. They're not really hidden. When people say hidden fees, it's more so just they're like not included in the base rent that you see on the apartment's website. Whenever you're on an apartment website, let's say you're scrolling through, your budget's like $1,400. You pick a unit that's within your budget. That rent price, a majority of the time on their website, is just the base rent. That's not going to include their amenity fee. Maybe there's a mail package fee that you have to pay per month, or sometimes there's utilities included. So like where I live at now, I have to pay an extra $90 a month, but that includes Wi-Fi and cable, which is low-key kind of fire. I miss cable. Always take into account what you have to pay extra. There's almost always fees attached onto your base rent. Just always ask for a fee sheet. Every time I go and tour with my clients, that's like my number one thing. I'm like, can I get a fee sheet? So then that way my client is in the know of what extras they're going to be paying on top of their base rent. So that way you know and you can budget correctly. Tip number 2, this is something that's kind of like pro status tip. Tour at different times of the day. I usually tell this to my clients who seem to be really picky about things, which it doesn't hurt to be picky. Like you're literally searching for a place that you're going to live at for at least a year. Honestly, rather be picky than not. For touring in the morning, it's typically going to be quieter versus then in the evening time. So if you're able to and have the time to visit at least twice, I definitely suggest doing that, especially if it's like one of your top contenders. I wouldn't do it with every single property that you have on your tour list. I would do it with at least the top 1 or top 2. Tip number 3 is to check for Wi-Fi and cell service. Wi-Fi can be iffy because you can't really test that while you're on a tour, but cell service can be a huge thing. So if you're getting into an apartment and you don't really need Wi-Fi for whatever reason, you do want to know what the cell service is like. But also along those lines, I would ask the leasing agent what kind of Wi-Fi it is that you will be paying for. Because again, for example, my Wi-Fi here, I didn't get to choose what kind of plan it was or like speed. Not plan. If it's included and you're like specific about what kind of internet speed it is, make sure to ask. And if the leasing agent doesn't know, I'm sure they'll do everything they can to figure it out for you. But if it's like one of those like, oh, we're wide for AT&T or Spectrum and you get to choose, then you got free ring. Also, quick little self promo. If you are in the DFW area and you are in the market for a new apartment, I'm here to help you. I'm a free service. I try to take as much stress away from you as possible because I know how overwhelming and chaotic apartment hunting can be. Like there are thousands of different options out there. It's like, where do you even start? That's where I come in. I got you. My info is in the description box below. I have a little Google form link that you can fill out and I'll reach out within 24 hours. Plus I'm free. You're really not losing out. You have everything to gain. Tip number 4 is to actually test the apartment. It's kind of like test driving a car. You're not typically gonna buy a car without test driving it. Test drive your apartment. Flip on the switches, run the water, see the water pressure, flush the toilets, open the cabinets, do all the things. The majority of the time this goes for if you're touring the exact unit you would be leasing, not like a model unit. So probably wouldn't do that at a model. Tip number 5, and I say this lightly, but also not lightly, read the reviews. Take the reviews with a grain of salt. If you see repeated reviews like over and over and over again of like how maintenance sucks, that might be something to take into account. Now, if you see one review of a bug, let's not roll it out, okay? Because you're gonna get bugs no matter how clean an apartment can be. You'll be okay, I promise. Take reviews with a grain of salt. And another little thing that I try to look out for is if there's a lot of recent reviews of people reviewing how their tour experience went. There's some apartments out there that will literally tell their potential future residents to leave a 5-star review just so their reviews look better. That is a little bit of a red flag. What are they trying to cover up? You know, it's a little sus. So just keep an eye out for that because they're out there. But one thing I do say is an angry voice is louder than a happy voice. Tip number 6 is to ask for leasing specials. There's almost always specials going on, not at every single apartment. obviously. I've been seeing a ton of apartments offering 6 to 8 weeks free, which is crazy. Like that's a chunk of change. Typically it can be like 2 weeks free, 4 weeks free, a month free, 2 months free. But one thing that I do always ask about specials is if you are able to self-prorate that special throughout your whole lease. Sometimes apartments are like, no, that special will only apply to your first full month and then you'll start paying the next month. But if you're able to self-prorate that, I gotta get out my calculator one moment. Just for shiz and gigs, yes. So let's say you signed a 12-month lease and your rent was $1,000. You're paying $12,000 a year, but you signed with a 1 month free special and the apartment is allowing you to self-prorate that throughout your whole lease. Subtract $1,000 because you get $1,000 off your whole thing divided by 12. And then your rent just went down to actually $916 a month. A majority of the time, apartments are not going to do that for you. You have to do it on your own on the back end. Self-prorating it throughout your whole lease makes it less per month throughout the whole time. Or if you want all of that up front, you get one full month of just not paying anything. Weigh the pros and cons of what you want to do. My one con to prorating it throughout your whole lease is that whenever renewal time comes around, it might seem higher for your renewal because you've been paying lower. Typically renewal is going to be a little bit higher. Sometimes they don't increase your rent, but if they do, it's going to seem higher than normal because you've been paying less. Did that make sense? I don't know. Sorry if it didn't. But all that to be said is ask about leasing specials. And tip number 7 is to ask about parking and visitors. If you are living in the city, a lot of the times you're going to have to pay extra for parking. In my last apartment, I had to pay an extra $100 a month just to park my car. And also some apartments only allow 1 car per unit or 1 car per residence. Let's say you're moving in with your sister or a friend of yours. You have 2 bedrooms, but the apartment's like you only get 1 parking spot per apartment and then you have to pay extra for the extra car. Always ask about that, or if it's 1 car per resident. And then another thing that kind of goes along with this is to ask about guest policies and how parking works for that, is if guests have to like register the car overnight, because I've had my friends' cars towed before if they didn't register correctly. Sorry, Caroline. Always ask about visitor rules, how many people you're able to have like at the pool. A lot of the times it's like 2 people max. It differs per property. That way there's no surprises whenever you sign your lease and you're like, I have 4 cars. What am I supposed to do with my 4 cars? Well, you're gonna have to pay extra or park on the street. And to close out this video, we're gonna do a little bonus of 3 mistakes that renters make before signing their lease. Rapid fire, let's go. First mistake is not reading your entire lease. What are you doing signing the contract and you haven't even read it? Do you even know what you're agreeing to? Probably not. Read it. I know it's long, but it will benefit you in the long run. Mistake number 2 is forgetting to budget in utilities, moving costs, renter's insurance. Just make sure you're being smart budgeting wise, because sure, $1,400 rent, that's pretty solid, but then plus utilities and everything else, it's like $1,700 and you're like, where did all this money go? That's helping you and your wallet out. And lastly, mistake number 3 is not asking about lease break options. If you run into an issue where you're having to move out of state for a job change or something crazy happened with your family and you're having to move out there, but you're still stuck in a 12-month lease, make sure to ask your property what the lease break options would be. A lot of the times you're having to pay at least 2 or 3 times the monthly rent to get out of your lease. I know we all want the cute countertops, the nice sinks, hardwood floors, but it'll be the boring questions that make or break your experience. The color of the countertops aren't gonna matter if your car is getting towed every single week. So apartment hunting really doesn't have to be stressful if you know what to ask. These steps will save you money, time, and headaches. But also, I can be here to help you too, and I can ask those questions with you while on your tours if you want me to be your locator. But if this helps, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I definitely plan on making a lot more apartment hunting, real estate videos for you guys soon. I've been kind of known of like the apartment girly throughout the years because I move a ton and I'm always like apartment hunting. So it's kind of funny how I now do that for a living for other people. We have come full circle. But again, if you are moving to Dallas or you're in Dallas and you're looking for a new apartment, I also help in Fort Worth too. So anything in like the DFW Metroplex and you need help with your apartment search, reach out to me. I'm here to help you every step of the way. We're a team. We'll find your home together. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope y'all found it helpful. Comment below your worst surprise that you had after moving. I would love to hear all of y'all's stories. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like this video and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye!